What's one thing you believe about the future that most people disagree with?
Well, actually, we had an interesting conversation earlier about whether you need to deal with your trauma as you're progressing towards your future. And I guess that brought up an interesting conversation with some people might believe that as you progress towards your goals and towards success, it's going to be natural for triggering things to come up that you're going to be like, oh, well, that links into my childhood in this way and the traumas that I haven't yet dealt with. And you're brought face to face with those challenges. And for me personally, I don't think I can move forward without addressing those things. Counseling or life coaching is necessary for a lot of people and it's lifelong. Like, I don't think there's ever going to be a point in my life where I'm like, I'm fully healed. I don't need that help anymore. And I think there might be people out there that maybe don't fully agree with that.
Yeah, I don't. But
Yeah.
I respect where you're coming from. We agree on progress, we agree on growth, that it needs to happen, but we have different approaches. And that is so fine. I personally don't believe in balance. You do. And we've had that conversation so many times. You want something, you have to go after it with everything you've got. It can be damaging, but it also leads to greater success. Like, you have to take monumental effort to get monumental results. And trying to balance, sometimes it doesn't give you that. You're like, nope, self-care, look after yourself, otherwise you burn out. I would argue that my trauma is why I do what I do.
Oh, absolutely. It definitely stems into why I do what I do. But what I do as a living is always going to bring up my trauma because it's so closely related to my life circumstances. So I guess for those reasons, that is probably why I'm face to face with things that I find triggering nearly every single day.
Where in my side, I grew up poor. I grew up without things that I quite frankly needed, let alone the things that I wanted. And that made me want more power, more money, more influence. And therefore I started learning things about sales and about growth and about business, because I never want to feel like I am in those vulnerable situations again. I never want to have to see other people in those same situations. I can help people if I have that money, power, and influence.